Today we're taking a look at the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro, which is a lightweight wireless gaming mouse from Razer, which on paper looks amazing for gaming, but let's actually test it out and see whether that is the case. Let's go. So let's start off with what's in the box and the design. If you open up the box, you are immediately greeted with the Razer Deathadder V3, which comes in either black or white. Below that, you will find your wireless dongle and dongle adapter, as well as an ultra-flexible charging cable and your manuals and stickers. The design of the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro is ergonomic, which I prefer, and it also comes included with grip stickers that you can either place on the switches or on the sides for extra grip if that is something that you need. The mouse also weighs only 63 grams, which makes it really good for anybody looking for a lightweight mouse, but you can still get up to 90 hours of battery life out of this, which means they didn't compromise on battery life to give you a lightweight mouse. The mouse also comes equipped with Razer optical switches, and I have spoken a lot about optical switches, but in general, optical switches do actuate quicker than mechanical switches, giving you that slight advantage again over your competition when you're actually playing in competitive titles. Another way Razer is adding a competitive edge is with their hyperspeed wireless technology, with up to 3 times faster click latency compared to the fastest competitor. Now, there's no real way for me to actually test out whether or not this is true without going out and buying every single wireless mouse on the market and testing the latency. So let's take their word for it and just say that it is extremely fast. And then lastly, the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro has got the Razer Focus Pro optical sensor that can reach up to 30,000 dpi. And then on the bottom of the mouse, you can also find your on-off button as well as your DPI switch button, which I prefer since you can't accidentally press the DPI button, and it also switches between 5 different DPI settings, which you can set in the Synapse app. Then as far as buttons go, you have your 2 buttons on the side, your left and your right click, as well as your scroll wheel. And then you also have your LED indicator at the front, which will either show you your battery level or show you whether or not you're connected, as well as give you the indication of what DPI level you are on by clicking it and corresponding the color to the DPI setting that you have on Synapse. Now that we are done with the on-paper performance and the design of the mouse, let's talk about how it actually performed. I really enjoyed the design of the mouse. It fits really well in my hand. All of the buttons were really easy to reach, especially the thumb buttons, as I have tested a few in the past where you have to change your grip just to be able to press those buttons, which can be a bit annoying and hard to do, especially while you're gaming. The shoes also really slid really easy on all of the mouse pads I tested it on, and all of the buttons felt really responsive and great to use while in game or in general productivity. Now, the battery does take around 4 hours to charge from flat to full, but if you accidentally run your battery flat while using it, you can still use it in wired mode, and since the wire actually plugs in at the front, it doesn't obstruct you in any way, so you can use it as normal. And since you have the ultra flexible cable, it doesn't obstruct any of your movements, which really almost makes it feel like you're still in wireless mode anyway. Now, I really enjoyed using this mouse in general use applications like web browsing as well as in games, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of lightweight mouses, I actually really enjoyed using this one. The mouse performed really well in games like Apex Legends and CSGO, as well as in Dota 2 and even in Jurassic World Evolution. Now, honestly, if you're looking for a really good mouse for your competitive gameplay, then this is really a good option. There are a lot of features that a lot of competitive players really want and need, and Razer did all of them really well. They stripped down all of the gimmicks to give you a mouse that doesn't have a really fancy design or RGB, but just performs really well. And at the end of the day, that is really all that matters. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you have any questions on the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro, leave them down in the comment section below. And then, as always, until next time, cheers.